Listen to me, everybody. Look at me. We need to talk about your money, and we need to talk about it right now. If you are sitting there at your kitchen table, looking at your bills, and you are retired, or you are staring down the barrel of retirement in the next year or two, I want you to pay close attention. There is an app out there that everyone is talking about called EarnIn. It promises to let you access your money before payday hits. No interest, no credit checks, no mandatory fees. It sounds like an absolute dream when you are in a cash crunch, doesn't it? But you need to stand in your truth and ask the hard question: who can actually use EarnIn? Can you use it? Because if you think this is a safety net for your retirement years, you might be in for a very rude awakening, and we are going to fix that misunderstanding right here, right now. Let's look at the problem. We are living in a world where prices are going up, and the gap between when your bills are due and when your money comes in can feel like a mile wide. You have a medical bill pop up, or the car needs a new set of tires, and you look at your calendar and realize your next check is 2 weeks away. It is terrifying. It creates this profound fear, a fear of bouncing a check, a fear of being hit with a $40 overdraft fee from your bank, or worse, being forced into the arms of predatory payday lenders who want to strip you of every cent of your hard-earned wealth. So you hear about EarnIn on the news or from a grandkid, and you think, fantastic. I'll just download this app, link my account, and pull out $150 to get me through Tuesday. But here is where the roadblock hits, and it trips up almost everyone in this stage of life. To use EarnIn, you have to meet very strict, non-negotiable eligibility requirements. EarnIn is built explicitly for people who have a traditional job with a recurring payroll direct deposit. To qualify, you must have a consistent pay schedule, whether that is weekly, bi-weekly, semi-monthly, or monthly. You must have an employer-provided email address or a fixed, physical work location where the app can track your hours using your smartphone's GPS to prove you actually put in the time. Your money has to go into a traditional U.S. checking account, and more than 50% of your paycheck has to be routed into that single account. Now, let's look at your reality. If you are retired, where is your income coming from? It is coming from Social Security. It is coming from a pension. It is coming from your 401k or IRA distributions. And this is the ultimate truth you must understand. EarnIn's system is completely incompatible with retirement income, disability pay, or unemployment wages. Let me say that again so it sinks into your soul. If your primary income is Social Security, a pension, or government assistance, you cannot use EarnIn. They cannot track your hours at a physical workplace because you aren't punching a clock anymore. So if you download that app hoping for a quick fix, you are going to get denied, and that rejection is only going to amplify your financial anxiety. However, there is a small group of you who can use it. If you are semi-retired, meaning you are technically retired from your main career, but you are working a part-time job, or you are doing gig work like driving for a rideshare app or doing deliveries, you might qualify. EarnIn does allow freelancers and gig workers to connect their work platforms to verify earnings. If you have that part-time job with a regular paycheck going into your checking account, then yes, you can use EarnIn to pull out up to $150 a day, up to a maximum of $1,000 per pay period, based on the hours you already worked. But even if you do qualify because of a part-time job, I want you to tread very carefully. You must understand the mechanics of how this works. EarnIn is not a bank, and it is not giving you a loan. It is advancing you your own money. And what happens on payday? EarnIn automatically debits your checking account for the exact amount you borrowed. If your account balance is low when that automated withdrawal hits, guess what happens? It can trigger an overdraft with your bank. You tried to avoid a financial hole, and you ended up digging a deeper one because the app took its money back before you could pay your electric bill. They tell you it's free and that you can just leave a voluntary tip, but if you start opting for their lightning speed transfers to get the cash instantly, those small $2 or $5 fees start adding up fast. So, what is your actionable takeaway today? If you are fully retired on a fixed income, stop looking at apps like EarnIn as a solution, because they are a closed door for you. Instead, you need to build your own payday advanced system, and you do that by standing guard at the gateway of your budget. Your financial security in retirement does not come from finding clever ways to borrow against next month's Social Security check. It comes from creating an emergency cash cushion. I want you to look at your expenses today. Cut out the noise, cut out the subscriptions you don't use, and start building a small, liquid emergency fund right in your checking or savings account, even if it's just $500. That is your EarnIn app. That is your safety net. If you are working part-time and you absolutely must use EarnIn for an emergency, use it as a bridge, not a permanent lifestyle. Never pay for the instant transfer unless it is a life or death situation, and never tip more than $1 or $2, because that chips away at your wealth. You have worked too hard, for too many decades, to let a smartphone app dictate your financial peace of mind. Know the rules of the game, understand exactly who these tools are built for, and take control of your own money today. You can do this, and you deserve to have a secure, stress-free retirement.